obviously, terrific basketball game. Really ebbs and flows in the game were really unique. A lot of respect for Belmont, their players and coach. Big fan of Coach Bird. He and I have known each other for many, many years, and back before our games with each other were that important. And just have a lot of respect for the way his kids play the game. They compete as hard as anybody we played this year, scrappy. And I'm proud of our guys to find a way to win when we got down. Certainly, the game was, I thought we played really, really well early and had control of the game and did some really good things. And in some ways, I think it worked against us. I think some things came a little too easy. We scored. Really did a good job defensively on them. And then I thought the three at halftime was huge because it gave them momentum. It could have been a 9-point lead, and we're kind of in control. And they make that shot, and then they get the ball back and score on a back cut. Now all of a sudden it's gone from 9 to 4 in about 30 seconds. And we probably didn't handle that very well. We struggled a little bit in the second half to guard them, and the Bradshaw kid was causing us problems. He made some really tough shots, and then because you get so spread out, he got to the basket on us a few times. And then they did a good job defensively. They took away, the paint. They trapped Noko every time he got it. They made it hard for KJ to get to the rim. They sagged off people and made us make threes. And fortunately for us, we made a bunch. DeMarcus played great down the end. We had some guys really step up and play well off the bench. I thought it was a really significant win for us, and we're excited to go to New York. Questions?
Brady, 66-61. Their guy just made a couple threes. Mm-hmm. It seemed like after that, maybe your guys found another level of defense.
We did. The last 14 possessions, they scored 10 points, which is outstanding defense against them. That's .71 DER, defensive efficiency. That's obviously something we chart, and we locked in. I think sometimes in basketball you get behind, and it almost relaxes you as a player. And I think, to be honest with you, I think they played better when they were behind, and they kind of relaxed and made some shots. They put their head down and just drove it harder, and we kind of got put on our heels. Then all of a sudden we look up and we're behind. And now we kind of relax offensively and just go make some plays. And, our guys really grinded up at the end and got some big stops. Obviously, to hold them to 10 in the last 14 possessions was a big part of the win, along with, I think we scored on our last 5 possessions. So, we beat a very good team tonight. We beat a team that plays the game the right way with great confidence. They had a good plan for us and made us make some shots. We did, and we did just enough defensively to get some stops to win it.
Coach, your team never gave up, and the fans never gave up on you.
No, fans were great. This was big for a lot of reasons. Certainly, the fans being there the last 2 games to send them off with a good taste in their mouth with what happened, and we beat 2 good teams. 3 good teams, really, in the NIT so far. Georgia State and Belmont are, mid-major teams with unbelievable skill level and toughness and very good coaching. And then Illinois is just like an, ACC backyard brawl where you're just finding ways to make points because you're not going to get any easy baskets. And, our team's shown some resiliency. It certainly has helped that we've played at home, but we've done some very good things this week and a half to give us a chance to go to New York.
How big was it to make those, make 10 out of 21 three-pointers when it was obvious they were going to keep you from getting the ball inside?
It was what we kind of had to do. We kind of knew that we were probably going to you're never really sure because he'll change some things defensively and extend some things. I think they extended a few things earlier in the game, and we hurt them with some things, and then the longer midway through the first half, I thought they made some adjustments and tightened everything way up and forced us to do some other things. And it's just good for us to have some other guys make some plays. Like KJ was really good, especially in the first half, of kind of just making just tough plays and getting a steal, getting an offensive rebound, getting a putback. Because when you're as good as it's funny. I told Noko in one of the timeouts, I said, Noko, now you start to become a decent player, and guys are going to, this is what's going to happen to you, and you got to get used to this and play with people making it harder on you. And, he's going to go through a learning process, especially next year through all of that. But I thought our guys were very unselfish. I thought we really moved the ball, found the open guy, and took quality shots.
How much does your experience in so many close games this year?
I think it helps. Yeah, I think it helps. I told our guys in one of the two of the timeouts that, we're fine. We've been in this situation. We've come from behind. We know what we need to do. We need to get a couple stops and try to convert, a stop, a score, and a stop, and we're right back in it. And I think our guys understood that, and they, you can tell when you're talking to your team if they're with you, if they believe you, if they're nodding their head, if they know that, like, yeah, we got you, we're good, coach. And I saw that in the last 6-8 minutes of the game.
Brad, how fulfilling is it to make it to the Final Four of the NIT? I know you wanted the NCAAs, but is this kind of the same level in your mind? How does it feel?
Well, it's a little bit different. We certainly wanted to be playing in the NCAA tournament. It's a special tournament, and it's really hard to make it there. We felt like we were very close and had some things go against us, and there's nothing you can do about that. So you look at the next task, and the next task was to play well in this tournament. And our guys have responded very well. We've practiced well. We've approached it the right way, and we've had to beat some good teams. So it's been very rewarding, and certainly it's been fun for us to interact with our fans the way we have, especially the last couple games, and to see that kind of positive support means a lot to us.
Brad, I know the season's not over, and I know you didn't buy into the expectations, but how gratifying is it to go from October when you guys are next to last?
It is. It is. I'm very happy because I know how hard we've all worked at it. We've put a lot of time. This team started back in August or July, really, when we started our preparation for Italy, and we've had to overcome some adversity of our own, and these kids have competed and listened and been coachable and done everything we've asked them to do, and listened to the right people and the right voices, the voices in our locker room, and just believed in each other and grown. And we've certainly gotten better as a team throughout the course of the season. And you want to see young people rewarded for doing things the right way, working hard, and playing together and being unselfish. And this group deserves some of the things they've had happen for them.
KJ talked about the trip to Italy. How instrumental was that in your team's success?
I think it was big in that it was a time where we got to play some games. Some guys got to do a few different things because we didn't have Book and Milt there, and it was the first time for us to kind of just recognize, hey, these guys aren't around. We got to do some other things. And KJ and Rod, you guys are the leaders, and we need you to play like it. We need you to act like it off the court. We need you to show these guys how we do things. And that was the start of it. And I think we had a great experience. We had fun. We left there with a positive experience, a great taste in our mouth for what basketball could be like, and so it helped us in our preparation at the beginning of the season, and we were excited to get back at it. And there's no question the bonding that took place was really good as well, and that's carried us through the whole season. So it was a great experience.
You talked a lot about needing another wing guy to step up beside KJ.
Yeah, DeMarcus was huge tonight. When he plays like that, it really helps us offensively. We have to have three guys that score. I thought Rope was that way in the first half. D-Mark in the second half. KJ was pretty solid. Rod didn't have one of his better games. He didn't play as well. Noko was a little tougher for him. He's got to do better. He needs to be more of a factor in this game than he was. It's too easy for him to just settle in and settle a little bit and be like he's always been. And that's a huge lesson for him that we won't get to him until next year when he learns that I don't care how they're guarding you, you've got to have an impact on the game more than you did. And we'll talk with him about that when the season's over, and he'll learn from that.
What about the reception that the crowd got KJ at the beginning and the end? It's been a long time, really, since Clemson had anybody even asked to come back.
Yeah, it was special. Certainly, we wanted to honor KJ for scoring his 1,000th point, and we do it for every player, and it was meaningful. I know it was special to him. He appreciated it, and certainly, it was a very rewarding night for a young man that's put in a lot of hard work and done a lot for our program. So, I think it was special for him.
Last question.
Would Jerron be available next week?
You know what? I don't know. My initial thought is doubtful, but we're just gonna have to wait and see what the doctors say. I know that some of it's pain tolerant, and then we're just gonna have to decide whether it's worth it, and we'll talk about it over the weekend.
Have you ever taken a team to the Garden before?
No, never been. Looking forward to it. Haven't been there as a fan or a coach, and obviously it's one of the meccas of college basketball. So, one of your goals as a coach is to coach in all the different places, and we'll check this one off the box. Thanks, guys.